And that's who he was. You're absolutely right, Libby. Only Jefferson Brown could have known what Schuyler Whitney knew.
That's why he was able to convince Valerie Bryson that he was the real Sky Whitney. Because he was there in St. Moritz when they all met.
And his memory, unfortunately, was better than Sky's. He knew more about him than Sky knows right now.
But our real problem is that we know nothing about Jefferson Brown. Even Sky hasn't been very helpful.
What has he told us? He met Brown in Zurich. There was some kind of street fight.
Presumably this man, Brown, was being assaulted by thugs.
Oh, he told Schuyler a much more intriguing story, something about international spies.
Well, we can hardly trust anything he said.
That was Schuyler's opinion. He said the man was...
pathologic?
Yes.
He must have been a very good liar to have lied about his whole identity.
Took a lot of nerve. Nerve, money, and professional help.
But it has to be our answer, Spencer. Instead of trying to prove who Sky is, we prove who Jefferson Brown was.
Both of them, Harry. I'm telling you, they've pulled this con before. The little guy claims to be a victim, but he's in cahoots with the big guy so they can fleece a third party. I'm telling you.
Sounds like Red Lowry and Bushy Williams.
You got to look, book both those. I will take the responsibility, okay? Yeah. All right, so just let me know when you need me.
Calvin, you mind if I go over with you to the lineup room? I'd like to see those guys again.
Are you kidding? What is the matter with you? You're on suspension. You're not getting paid for any of this. You want to look at crooks? Go see a gangster movie or something.
I guess you're right. It's pretty stupid to hang around this madhouse when I don't have to. I got a better idea anyway. I think I'll go see my good buddy, Eddie Lorimer.
Yeah, and what do you think that's going to accomplish?
Well, might be able to do some good for my hearing. Maybe I can talk his red-headed secretary into changing her story.
Oh, boy, are you off base. Poppy Johnson belongs to Eddie Lorimer. You know that.
Well, it won't hurt.
The woman is trouble, Damian. I'm telling you, the best thing you can possibly do is just steer clear of her.
Okay, you want me to mail that letter?
No, thank you.
Got the letter to start?
Yes, it's the second one I had to write. And after what happened the first time, I'm taking care of this one myself.
Well, you better put on the right postage.
Yeah.
Detective Stoner,
Yeah.
telephone.
Stoner. Yes, Calvin Stoner. Who is this?
This is Samantha Pike, Calvin. You remember me, don't you? From New York.
I'm afraid I'm at a loss. As a matter of fact, I don't.
I'm a friend of Star's. We met backstage at the theater.
Mister, you are damaging a very delicate ego.
Yes, Samantha, yes, I'm sorry. Of course I remember you.
Thank goodness.
Anyway, I'm in Monticello for a couple of days, and I was wondering if I could drop by and say hello.
Well, actually, you caught me at kind of an inconvenient time. I'm really very busy. So.
Cops are always busy, but they can always take off a little time.
Well, not this cop, Miss Pike. Honestly, it's impossible.
Well, I think you better take the time, Calvin. This is important. I mean, very important. With a capital V.
Got to cut this short, Libby. It was supposed to take 5 minutes, not half an hour.
Wasn't it worth it?
It'll be worth my job if Mrs. Whitney finds me entertaining someone in her home.
You know, I still haven't met this famous woman. Or should I say infamous?
And you're not going to meet her until the time is right.
That's what you're always telling poor Sky.
Poor Sky. Just yesterday, you were at each other's throats.
Well, it's this bloody situation, Spencer. This helplessness we all feel. Well, I don't feel quite so helpless now. At least we've identified the imposter.
You might have identified him sooner if you hadn't killed him. Look, I'm sorry. I didn't need to say that. There's been enough bickering.
So, when do we meet to decide what to do?
We'll go to dinner tonight, the three of us.
Where? We can't afford to be seen together, not yet.
There's a place called Barnaby's on West River Street. I'm not sure you'll get a cab to take you there, but you can try.
Is it that awful?
Well, it's bad enough that it won't be popular with people who might recognize Skylar. You can be there at 8 o'clock. There's a room in the back. You can get a table there.
Barnaby's, West River. Yes, all right. Spencer, it's going to work out for us, isn't it?
One way or the other, Libby.
It's about time your girlfriend left.
What's happening up there?
She's enjoying her breakfast. That's one thing you can say about Mrs. Whitney. Waiting for that grand jury decision certainly hasn't affected her appetite.
Is she coming downstairs?
She said she'll dress after her meal. But listen, I don't know how much longer I can take this.
I thought you had nerves of steel.
Well, I've never been in a situation like this before. I mean, there's so many ways that you can find out this is all a hoax. I mean, that she didn't commit any crime. There's no grand jury.
There's one good way for you to mess it up is to keep talking. Now, keep quiet.
Of course she's asking questions. She's got every right to ask questions. Those are 10,000 real dollars that she put into this company. And what's she getting out of it?
Everything takes time, everything. Even in stocks and bonds, you gotta wait to collect your investments.
Investment? You've spent the investment, every nickel of that $10,000, and now you're working on the bail money from Raven.
So who made you banker?
Who made you the banker?
I did, okay? I'm the only one around here with brains enough to do it.
Can I help you guys? The gym's just down the street.
You hear that, Marty? This ain't the gym.
Looks like a gym to me, Matty. One that's got no punching bag.
How about we use the little guy?
Hey, Marty, Matty, what's wrong?
That ain't a bad idea, Matty. What's your name, punching bag?
Hey, what are you guys up to? There's no reason for you to be doing this. Why don't you just leave before somebody gets hurt?
And what's your name? Curly? Or is it Smiley?
My name's Diedrichson. Jim Diedrichson.
So it is a gym. Ain't that nice, Matty?
And that must mean that punching bag here is Smiley. Am I right, punching bag?
No, he's Smiley. I'm Smiley. You guys work for Ernie's?
The Matson brothers don't work for nobody. We do piecework.
That's right. When somebody asks us to make a visit, we ask them how many pieces you want left.
Smiley,
Pizza.
Did you borrow some money?
Hey, the money. Oh, hey, I told Ernie I'll have the cash for him.
Yeah, but only you didn't show up last night, Smiley, did you?
I couldn't do it. I was sick. I wasn't feeling good.
Oh, gee, that's too bad. What was wrong with you?
My throat, a sore throat, really bad, too.
You hear that, Marty? A sore throat.
Oh, hope you feel better now, Smiley. Let's see. Open your mouth.
What?
Open your mouth for the doctor.
Say Hey, you get out of here, punk!
Good news, Smiley. You're all better now. So you can come by with the cash tonight.
Yeah, I swear, okay? I swear.
That's good. That's very good.
Oh, good.
Let's go, Marty.
Right.
Oh, just one other thing, Smiley. That medical consultation's gonna cost you another point. It's 60 grand, not 50, huh? Have a nice day.
Oh, Smiley. $60,000.
Hey, who let those 6 guys in? They did a job on me. I'm telling you, Jim. They did a job on me. The favorites at that track, they all came in last. I don't know, the long shot.
Are you telling me you spent the whole wad of money at the track?
So don't, right up to his eyeballs, I'm telling you. I've never seen that happen on a track. Long shots, all day long. How many years have gone?
How much is left?
How much money I've made? I got some things I got to...
Smiley, how much is left? 5,000? $2? How much is left?
What are you worried about? I'll take care of it. I'm Smiley Wilson. Smiley Wilson always takes care of everything.
You can't go in there.
Oh, yeah, why not?
You don't have an appointment.
Oh, really? Well, why don't you make me an appointment for 11:45?
Mr. Lorimer isn't in, so there's no point.
That's okay, sweetheart. I'll check it myself. Okay, so he's not here. Where is he?
He didn't tell me.
Oh, yeah? The boss should tell his secretary everything.
He doesn't.
Oh, yes, he does. He tells you what to do, what to say, and what to feel. He tells you when to talk and when to shut up. He also tells you when to tell the truth and when to lie. Now, does that sound like your job description?
I knew you'd be mad at me.
Mad? Why should I be mad? Just because you lied about me beating some guy up?
Well, you did hit him.
I hit him one time. Okay, I shouldn't have done it. It was wrong, but I only hit him once.
Look, I had to say what I did. Don't you understand that? I need this job.
Oh,
I
is
didn't
that
want
what
to
this
lose
is all
it.
about? A little job security?
Well, you know how bad the unemployment is these days.
Oh, that's right. You'll do anything just to keep those checks rolling in.
Oh, what do you know? You probably don't even have a mother.
What did you say?
Well, my mother happens to be very sick. She needs an operation now, and that'll mean she needs nurses all the time. She's got nobody else to take care of her except for me. So what do you expect me to do, big shot? How you expect me to go in there and tell my boss to take a
Calm
jump?
down. Look, I didn't say I blame you for everything. Okay, it's true. When you work for somebody, you sort of have to do things their way. But if you do this to me, I'm going to lose my job.
Oh, who are you kidding? Cops don't get fired.
Oh, yes, they do. Cops get fired all the time, especially when they're an embarrassment to the force. Look, if you stick with this brutality charge, that's exactly what's going to happen to me. Poppy, look. If you really do lose your job for telling the truth, I promise you I will do everything I possibly can to get you a much better job working for somebody much nicer than Eddie Lorimer.
Do you really mean that?
Poppy, Eddie is not going to stop asking you for these kinds of favors. You're going to end up lying for this guy for the rest of your life. You don't want that, do you?
No, of course I don't. I used to be crazy about Heidi.
About who?
You know, Heidi, the little Swiss girl. It was my favorite book when I was a kid. I always liked her because she just wouldn't tell a lie. Like George Washington, only she was Swiss, of course, and Washington was American.
Yeah, I know.
He was our first president.
Look, Poppy, a guy from Internal Affairs is going to come in here, and he's going to ask you to make a statement about the hearing. Now, when that happens, I'd like you to just remember Heidi. That's all I'm going to ask you, okay?
Okay, Damian, I will.
Thank you.
Does it have to be Heidi, sucker? How about Lucretia Borgia?
Yes, Nita. Here? Oh, yes, I guess it's the only thing you can do. Right.
Hello, Mrs. Carr. It's a nice office you got here. Love the color combinations. Bit of drab, but a little touch of dingy. It's very nice.
If you don't care for it. However, you know, there aren't too many newspaper offices that are very fancy.
Oh, no offense, Mrs. Carr. What I meant is that, you know, a beautiful woman like yourself should have something a little more elegant. I always pictured your office would be a bigger space, you know, with pink walls and a marble fireplace, red velvet chairs, lots of flowers, things like that.
Oh, I hope you don't mind the no-frills chair.
No, it's fine. Anyway, the reason I stopped by was I wanted to thank you for that great little article that was in the paper the other day.
Uh-huh. Somehow I don't get the feeling that you really mean that.
Well, let's just say it wasn't perfect. It probably could have been a little better with a little help on your part.
Well, I did have to include the facts of the first time you were in Monticello.
Hey, listen, I didn't come here to complain now. I admit I was a little teed off when I read the article, especially about that part where I got arrested for running guns.
Well, it was the truth.
And then there was that garbage about how I allegedly killed my partner in New York, ran him over with a car. Now that wasn't very nice. I mean, bringing up all those charges, especially in light of the fact that I never got indicted for any of that stuff.
Regarding that matter, Mr. Lorimer, I did say the charges were dropped if you had just read the article.
The only thing I want to read in this rag of yours, Mrs. Carr, is about that undercover cop who tried to frame me.
The what?
The undercover cop, the honest guy, Tyler, you know him? There's not a word in this newspaper about the thing he did with that guy who he took in a alley. This little short fella beat his brains out, broke his ribs. Remember that? You don't know anything about what I'm talking about, do you?
Yes, I do know. But so far, there hasn't been a departmental hearing.
So what? Come on, you reporter guys wrote about me when I was on trial, right? Ain't that the truth?
I promise you, Mr. Lorimer, if there is a story, it'll be covered.
If there is a story, huh? Well, let me tell you something. It's a story now because this guy was suspended for police brutality.
Damian was suspended automatically until after the hearing. That's routine. There is no assumption of guilt.
Damian? You do know this guy, huh? Is that why there's not a word in the paper about any of this? Yeah, figures. He's a cop. I'm just, It's been nice talking to you, Mrs. Carr. I still think you deserve a nicer office than this.
Mr. Lorimer. You're right. It is a legitimate news story.
Well.
I'm going to write it up and give it to my editor. It won't be very long. There aren't many facts.
You know, you're a very classy lady, Mrs. Carr. You got brains. You're really a good-looking woman. Perfect combination.
Thank you.
I don't suppose you mess around, do you? No offense.
Are you sure I'm not bothering you, Calvin?
No,
I'm here to see
really,
a client.
really, it's okay.
Well, maybe you know my client. His name is Bernie Williams.
His nickname Bushy?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, good old Bushy. Never uses the same lawyer twice. You know, if we could just talk him out of robbing people, everything would be fine.
Calvin, I don't want to talk about my client. I just wanted to see you.
I'm sorry. That's always nice to hear.
Are you sure you're not too busy, though? You seem a little jittery.
Well, I'm sort of expecting somebody to stop by and see me.
On a complaint?
Actually, I think it is going to work out to be exactly that.
Well, in that case, I guess I'll go.
No, come on. Not so fast. I mean, at least not right this second. I'm happy to see you. I was thinking about you all morning.
Now, that's very nice to hear.
I finally finished that letter. It was about 2 a.m., I think, before I sealed it.
Poor baby.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. Tyler was here, wanted to take it away, but I told him no dice. After what happened last time, I'm going to mail it myself.
You know, there is one other person you could trust to mail that letter.
Yeah, who?
I could mail the letter for you, Calvin.
Yeah. You're right. Okay? You do it.
Look, I know what you went through to write this letter. It's just a shame that you had to do it twice.
Yeah, well, the only problem is I don't think it came out as well the first time. I mean, it didn't, quite flow, but at least there's no mistaking what it says. It says that I love you and that I need to be with you as much and as often as possible.
Calvin? Hi.
Oh, wait a minute. How did you just walk in here without being announced?
You have to be announced to come into a police station?
This is the tactical... Sorry, it's okay. Miss Pike, this is Didi Bannister.
Hi, Didi. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you, too.
You're not being arrested, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm an attorney. Oh, well, all right, by our side. I'm Samantha Pike from New York.
Oh, yes. Samantha and I met backstage. She's a friend of Star's.
I just happened to be in town and thought I'd drop by and say hi. Oh, well, I'm just here on a little business. I'm actually leaving.
Oh, I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
No, not at all. I will talk to you later about that client,
Yeah,
Stoner.
Right.
No, I almost forgot something. My letter. Bye-bye.
So, Samantha, please have a seat. Well, do you want to tell me exactly what's so important?
Hurry. The Whitney residence?
Spencer?
Yes?
Yeah, what do you say there, Jeeves? How's it going, Smiley Wilson?
What can I do for you?
I want to know all about the big TV show. How'd it go? Talk to me.
Mrs. Whitney didn't see it.
She didn't see it? What was something wrong with the tape?
No. There's nothing wrong with the tape. She just didn't get up early enough to see the morning news.
When's she gonna see it?
Well, at this point, it looks like the earliest will be the 6 o'clock news.
Well, if that's the way it's gotta be. That's the way it's gotta be. How's Nora holding up?
Well, her nerves are getting a bit frayed, but I think she'll pull through.
Let me talk to her.
One moment. Nora?
What is it?
It's your boyfriend.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, baby. Listen to hear you're worrying too much. Relax, will you? Things going to start moving pretty fast from now on. They better start moving fast, otherwise I'm going to wind up hanging on a hook.
What do you mean?
I can't talk to you on the phone about it. I want to see you right now.
Oh, well, I don't know. I suppose I could.
I don't suppose. Do it. This is urgent. I've come up with a way to make a lot of money. I mean, one hell of a lot of money.
Oh, all right. Where should I meet you? Okay, I'll be right there. I've got to go out.
What for?
I have to meet Smiley. It's important.
Now, wait a minute. I have engagement this evening.
I'll get back as soon as I can.
Damn it, Nora! Yes?
Is this the Whitney residence?
Yes, it is. Who's calling, please?
Well, it's Mrs. Saxon, Spencer.
It is you, I trust.
Yes, Mrs. Saxon, I'm very sorry. I shouldn't have answered the phone that way.
There's no need to apologize, but you can make up for your lapse by doing me a favor tomorrow morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Pick me up at the airport at 11:30. I'm coming home.